Ghosts, dinosaurs, and stuff. But even all that couldn't top that ending. Good day, critters. I'm Bobby on Roll for Nerd, and I love nerdy stuff. That's why today we're talking about Critical Role Campaign 2, Episode 102. This was a whopper of an episode, so let's dive into this thing. So we continue our journey to the center of Exandria on the mysterious island of Rumblecusp. Viridian, one of the leaders from the local village, is leading our group to the volcano where Vokodo, the volcano god, lives. And on the way, Bo finds a really creepy looking monster and they get into a big fight. We learn this creature's called a Badok, and it's got some pretty crazy abilities. The whole team steps into high gear, casting off spells and getting into defensive positions. Everything seems to be going pretty well until Bo is asked to make a constitution saving throw and fails, killing her instantly.
You guys watch as Beauregard puts her fists up, looks into its face, and her eyes kind of go white, and she drops to the ground unconscious.
No! It's dropped.
You're
unconscious?
You're at 0 hit points.
My don't watch it, can't fix that.
Oh, shit.
Ford rushes over, and luckily he's able to cast Lay on Hands on Bo, bringing her back, while simultaneously casting Hexblade's Curse on the Badok's dumb face. The battle rages on as the entire team launches off attack after attack of this creature, while it returns fire with a very hearty blow to Ford in the process. Seeing how powerful the Badok is, plus the fact that there are now will-o-wisps coming out of the ground everywhere attacking them as well, the group's probably gonna run. But Viridian steps up and launches a crazy lightning spell at the Badok out of nowhere.
You watch as she puts a hand up, and as she clenches her fist, clouds begin to boil in the sky above. And then she brings her hand down to the ground like that. You watch as one bolt of energy goes out of this cloud and slams into the creature.
Ah, motherfuck.
Oh, now we're fighting.
The strange thing is that Viridian, before she attacks, says that the specter is too far south. This isn't right. That means she's either heard or seen this creature before at some point, and it's not where it belongs for some reason. Seeing that the battle is definitely on, the entire team starts launching off crazy attacks trying to take down this undead creature. And we have to mention Vet's new attack, and its name specifically, Renato's Voltaic Bolt. Pretty cool.
I'll take out a bit of fur and rub it in my hand and sort of touch the bolt in my in my awesome crossbow, and I will aim it and cast Brenato's Voltaic Bolt.
The creature is standing there kind of looks over in your direction temporarily, and then the bolt shocks from the inside. For a brief second, you see this kind of flash in the deep, deep, dark parts of its socket where the energy kind of filtered through it, and it leans forward and the smoke kind of pours out of its mouth and its eyes.
After a series of Bo's pops, Ford comes in with the Star Razor and cuts the beast down into pieces scattered on the ground, which disintegrate into ash. Whew, man, that was cool. After the battle, Viridian takes them over to a spot near the volcano to rest up, so Bo can heal up from her near-death experience, which actually ends up being kind of all worth it for Bo, right?
Bo, do you need a hand? Been a while since I've asked for this favor, but...
Yeah.
Will you hold me? Carry me?
I can hold you.
Okay, thank you.
As I follow behind Bo and Yasha, when Bo looks back at me, I'm gonna be like...
Roll a perception check, Yasha.
They have to make it through a series of more of these pools of black tar and a swarm of insects that actually pass on a disease to Jester. Luckily, Ford's able to quickly heal her up with some kind of cure disease spell. Ford has been quite the healer this episode. Good job, Dr. Tusstooth. Or Dr. Stone. Either one sounds pretty cool. During the short rest, Jester confides in Ford, saying that spells that Viridian can do are reminding her a lot of what the Traveler can do, and she's starting to worry that maybe the Traveler isn't that powerful after all.
I've been a little concerned that, maybe the Traveler's trying to become a god and you might be helping him?
I don't think he wants to be a god. I mean, I really don't, based on conversations that we had. I think he's kind of over it.
When he told you he didn't want all that responsibility and he still makes you go forward with the gathering of numerous people on a volcanic island, they sound kind of like conflicting messages.
Ford feels bad and tries to comfort her, but at the end of the day, the Traveler is just a attention-seeking, self-obsessed archfey with a god complex. Sorry, Jester. Caduceus sits down and does a commune ritual with the Wild Mother, and is able to confirm a few things that the Traveler confirmed with Jester last time. Vokodo is not a god. Vokodo is influencing the people on the island, but there is one new fact. Caduceus does have the ability right now to cast a spell and lift the curse off Viridian. For the rest of the short rest, the 9 discuss what the island is and what Vokodo could possibly be. In the middle of this, 2 of these large beasts come storming through the jungle, taking down trees in their path along the way. The team decides to hide, and Caleb casts a major image spell, creating a wall of this immaterial foliage to cover them.
Breaking through the nearby trees, you watch a giant toothed mouth, jaws open, snatch it from the middle of its leap as it gets pulled in the air. You can see what looks to be a large lizard-like entity standing about 20 to 25 feet tall, this massive mouth, a foot long like dagger teeth, as it lifts in the air and chomps into it. Blood pours out of the side of it as the large Dragoloth is like...
The 2 giant figures end up being a large drow-like creature called a Dragoloth, and a giant scaled creature that would probably be a T-Rex. There's a small struggle before the T-Rex brings the Dragoloth down and destroys it with ease and veracity. Matt makes a small note here. The Dragoloth is actually a creature you'd see in the Underdark, so seeing it on a tropical island in the middle of the day is a little strange. Caduceus uses a thaumaturgy spell and creates the sounds of a very talkative group off in the distance somewhere. The T-Rex is instantly distracted and heads off in that direction. Finally, they arrive at the entrance of the volcano. The first half of the journey inside is just surviving the toxic air that the volcano creates. So the group all do their best to hold their breath and race through the tunnels.
The air is getting heavier, and Viridian says at a certain point, like, well, the toxins don't affect me. Perhaps try your best to hold your breath. You all take a deep breath?
Yeah.
The second half is getting through the water-filled tunnels that actually are covered with these red blooming flowers that, if touched, will actually burn you. Fortunately, though, the water is breathable, which is strange, but very helpful.
The body goes through the process of the beginning stages of drowning, and then it calms. As you exhale and inhale and exhale.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
It's a little wild.
After getting through all these obstacles, the group finally makes it into the heart chamber of the volcano and meet Vokodo, the very generous, kind, well-meaning god that all the villagers love so much. And he's a real charmer.
Your brain takes these tangled masses of experiences and processes it as language best that it can. And it speaks to you.
I have sensed you since you found paradise. You come to look upon the center of the world and kneel.
So immediately Vokodo shakes down the group for anything of value that they have on them. They start off slow, offering what they think Vokodo would want. So some gold here, some jewelry there, and they notice little wisps of tentacles that grab the items and bring them up to the top of the cavern. And this seems to be enough to make Vokodo happy for now, and he offers them at least a conversation.
Have you heard of the Traveler?
No.
Oh, that's so weird. I thought all you gods knew each other.
Bring this traveler as well. Bring all that you like. You're all welcome here.
Cool.
You wear such shinies.
Told you, put away my bracers.
And so far, he seems very pleased with the idea of more people on the island. More people means more treasure. So this is working out well for him so far. And then something I didn't think would happen yet happens. Vokodo comes down and reveals himself.
You watch as tendrils, these big, thick tentacles, begin to withdraw from the shadows and lower what looks to be this massive, black-fleshed creature, where beneath the cracked edges of its blackened flesh, you can see beneath it this underlying glowing yellow-orange layer of flame or volcanic material almost. As it descends slightly, you can see this open jaws with rocky black teeth. In the inside of its mouth, this bright kind of fiery light just emerges and lights up Ford's face as it descends. And as it hangs, you can see across its back a hoard of treasure.
So he's a creature covered in a hoard of treasure. Shiny treasure. Where have I seen that before? Oh well. As payment for the party on the island, Vokodo, now noticing all the shiny things on their bodies, wants each member to offer him something sizable. Not wanting to part with their magical items, the group starts to bargain with Vokodo, saying they'll give him more treasure once the party arrives. And he already saw this as a fact, kind of just saying, oh yes, you will give me that stuff. That was already gonna happen. After some more bargaining for a few minutes, trying not to offer up anything crazy, the group starts to feel Vokodo's wrath as he raises the water temperature in the room.
There's an air of impatience to it as you see the rummaging flames beneath its skin beginning to kind of brighten and flare at moments. It seems still expectant, and Viridian's like getting a little, you see a bit of fright in her eyes, like we really want to make sure that our offerings are up to his liking.
We're gonna have to cough up something nice here, guys.
It's very upsetting, but eventually each person offers up an item. Caleb tears off the necklace that he's had the entire adventure that basically avoids scrying spells on him and offers it up to Vokodo. Knowing he can summon it later, Ford gives the Star Razor to Vokodo and it gratefully accepts it. Yasha ends up handing over one of her blades, and Veth offers up pretty much everything in her pockets, a sack of gold dust worth 500 gold, her never-ending flask, and even tries to offer up the pistol that she loves so much, but Vokodo didn't want it, so she takes it back. During all of this, the water around Veth becomes hotter and hotter to the point of boiling, and it starts causing actual damage to Veth. So finally, Veth offers up the Dagger of Denial, and Vokodo happily takes it.
Your initial gifts will tide me over. Bring to me these travelers, and the next time we meet, I hope to see what you bring me. You watch as the tunnel where you entered, the torch blooms withdraw and leave it open once more, and Viridian goes, "Of course, great Vokodo, thank you. Thank you."
After they leave, the group is all obviously very upset and start giving Viridian a really hard time, asking her why the entire village is giving into Vokodo's will so easily when he's basically holding them hostage.
We've given everything we have to Vokodo, and we mine what we can from the island itself. I fear maybe we've been
dupes?
Unable to provide as much.
Sorry, keep going.
You mine from him.
I know, but it's yeah, exactly. He is the island, so you're basically like pulling out his own poop to give back to him or something.
There, you can see behind the eyes there is like
some logic,
an attempt to to tie things together, and then they squint, and we do not question. We just accept and appreciate what is offered.
They can see that she's completely brainwashed and they feel bad for her, so they leave her alone for now. They leave the volcano and find a safe area to set up camp for the night. They have a light conversation with Viridian for a while, and in the middle of it, Caduceus casts Greater Restoration to see if he can potentially lift a curse off Viridian. And something amazing happens.
You see sweat begin to pour from the brow, and her arms begin to kind of dig into the rock around her. You watch as the wind that surround the floor, the base of the floor around her, begin to kind of whip up a bit, and her hair kind of drifts as it begins to encircle. Eventually her eyes open. Oh no. I'm not Viridian.
What?
I'm from Taldore. My name is Vilya.
My mom?
Yeah! Oh my god!
My mom?
No fucking way!
It's not Keelan's mom! You
No!
cannot do this!
That's right, all the fan theories were correct. Viridian is actually Vilya from Taldore, Keelat's mom from Campaign 1. The entire cast goes crazy and Matt ends the session. I was so excited to finally see that this was true, that Viridian was actually Vilya this entire time. I mean, the big clue was the missing leg that she lost when she was in the water plane. It was a really awesome moment, and I'm so glad that Matt planned this out this entire time. I don't know what's gonna come of this. Will we end up meeting Keyleth? Will Vox Machina show up and meet the Mighty Nine? Either way, I had a really great time. I hope you all did too, and I cannot wait for Thursday. I'll let Matt close this episode out, and I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you all later.
Have a wonderful week, guys. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet?
No!
Good night.